الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على نبينا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله ما بعد. حياكم الله, brothers, sisters, children, everyone. I hope everyone is okay. Inshallah, today I will talk about, or I will review with you something very important. Okay, inshallah, you know what I will mention, but just to review and to remind some of you. We as Muslims should be connected with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala all the time. And if you notice that when you wake up in the morning, you say, Alhamdulillah alladhi ahyana ba'da ma matana wa ilayhi nushur. Before eating, you should say, Bismillah. When you go to the toilet, also you say, Bismillah, Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubthi wal-khaba'ith. When you finish, you say, Ghufranak. When you go to bed, you say, Bismika Allahumma amutu wa ahya. Allahumma qini adabak yawma tab'athu ibadak. So you as a Muslim should be connected always with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. طيب. There are certain ayat and surah. Okay. Should I wait for 1 minute until everybody is here? I think I should wait maybe 1 minute before I start, because if I start, then some people will say, please repeat this and that. So maybe we'll wait for 1 minute. Okay, during this 1 minute, I remind what we mentioned before. We mentioned yesterday, for example, the story of Salih alayhi salatu wasalam, and before that we mentioned the names of the 10 companions who got the glad tidings from the Prophet ﷺ in one hadith. We mentioned the names of the wives of Rasulullah ﷺ, our mothers. We mentioned also the names of the prophets alayhi salatu wasalam. We mentioned also the wudu. Also we mentioned the mistakes in the salah. So I hope that you are writing with me. Not all of you. Some of you. Anyone is writing? Or just listening? Listening? Anyone is writing? طيب. I think you should write, because no school now. You should write, because if you don't write, maybe you'll forget the letters and you forget how to write English, to write Arabic. طيب. Alhamdulillah. Okay, let's continue. So today, inshallah, I like to mention certain ayat and ahadith, certain verses and surah from the Qur'an that the Prophet ﷺ was practicing them, was reciting them and telling us to recite them in certain places daily. Daily. Okay? Surah Al-Mu'awwidat. Al-Mu'awwidat means قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ. Ayatul Kursi, the last 2 ayah of Surah Al-Baqarah. Okay, these surah, inshallah, all of you memorize them. Ayatul Kursi, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum, la ta'khudhuhu sinatun wa la nawm, lahu ma fi as-samawati wa ma fi al-ard. I think everybody knows this ayah and he is memorizing this ayah. صح? Also al-Mu'awwidat. What do I mean by Mu'awwidat? قل هو الله أحد قل أعوذ برب الفلق قل أعوذ برب الناس. طيب. These ayat and surah, these 4, Ayatul Kursi, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum, قل هو الله أحد قل أعوذ برب الفلق قل أعوذ برب الناس. We should recite them number one, after every salah, after every fourth salah, after Fajr prayer, after Dhuhr prayer, after Al-Asr, after Maghrib, after Al-Isha prayers. So after these prayers, you should recite Ayatul Kursi and Al-Mu'awwidat. How many times? Once. You recite them only once after the Fard prayers. This is number one. Number two, when you go to bed, before sleeping, also you recite Ayatul Kursi, قل هو الله أحد, قل أعوذ برب الفلق, قل أعوذ برب الناس. But not only once, you should recite Ayatul Kursi one time, while قل هو الله أحد, قل أعوذ برب الفلق, قل أعوذ برب الناس 3 times when you go to bed. طيب, this is the second place. The third place, in the Adhkar al-Sabah wal-Masa, there is something called Adhkar al-Sabah wal-Masa. Do you know what is the meaning of Adhkar al-Sabah wal-Masa? Adhkar al-Sabah means, Adhkar al-Sabah wal-Masa means the Adhkar that the Muslim should say them or recite them in the morning, early morning, and in the evening, or specifically after Dhuhr. Okay, this is called Adhkar al-Sabah wal-Masa. Again, you should recite Ayatul Kursi, Allahu la ilaha illa huwa al-hayyul qayyum, one time, and Al-Mu'awwidat, قل هو الله أحد, قل أعوذ برب الفلق, قل أعوذ برب الناس 3 times. Okay, so Ayatul Kursi 1 and Mu'awwidat 3. Okay, this group in the morning and again in the evening, afternoon, after Dhuhr prayer, after Dhuhr Adhan. So, daily, how many times we are reciting Ayatul Kursi? So, one time in the morning, one time in the evening, one time when we go to bed. Then 5 times after every prayer. So every day we are reciting Ayatul Kursi 8 times, mashallah. And Ayatul Kursi is the best ayah, the best verse. If someone asks you, what is the best verse? You should say Ayatul Kursi. This is very easy. So we are reciting 8 times Ayatul Kursi every day. Of course, you can recite them anytime, but as the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam, 8 times. Okay, what about Mu'awwidat? How many times we are reciting Mu'awwidat? Okay, in the morning, 3 times. In afternoon, also another 3 times. When you go to bed, 3 times. So 9. And after every salah, so how many times? 14 times. I have only 10 fingers. So 14 times. So every day we are reciting Al-Mu'awwidat 14 times. We are reciting Mu'awwidat 14 times, mashallah. So 8 times Ayatul Kursi and 14 times Al-Mu'awwidat. So, we are getting a lot of reward from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because Allah loves His slaves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala loves and He likes to give us a lot of reward. So now, how many times I said we recite Al-Mu'awwidat? 14 times. قل هو الله أحد is equal to 1/3 of the Qur'an. So when you recite it every day 14 times, so as if you are reciting the Qur'an, or you are getting the reward of the Qur'an, how many times? About 5 times. About 5 times, mashallah. Okay, so is it easy? Should I repeat, or this is easy? I think no need to repeat, because you are writing with me. طيب. And also, I told you the last 2 ayat of Surah Al-Baqarah. آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون until the end of Surah Al-Baqarah, verse number 285 and 286. You recite these two ayat once a day. When? After Maghrib. After Maghrib. Any time after Maghrib. Because this is related to the night. This is related to the night. Also, we recite قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ once a day when we go to bed. We recite قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ once a day when we go to bed, and قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ, okay, has a virtue which is, as the Prophet ﷺ said, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ is 1/4 of the Qur'an. 1/4 of the Qur'an. So قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ 1/3. And قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ 1/4 or 1/4 of the Qur'an. 25% of the Quran. The hadith means if you recite قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ لَا أَعْبُدُ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ, if you recite this surah, Allah will give you 25% reward of the Quran. So many of us say, Wallahi, uncle, I don't memorize Quran, and Wallah, I hope to read the Quran. Okay, if you don't memorize the Quran, but I am sure inshallah that you memorize قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ Ayat Kursi. So you have great reward. So even in your Taraweeh, for example, if you are praying Taraweeh, Tahajjud, you can recite these surah. They are great surah. Okay? So this is قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. You recite it when you go to bed, once a day. Once a day. There is something once a week, which is, do you know which surah we should recite once a week, or it is recommended to recite it once a week? Which surah? Okay, do you know the answer? Okay, yes, Surah Al-Kahf. Surah Al-Kahf, we recite it once a week after in the Jum'ah day. In the Jum'ah day, we recite Surah Al-Kahf. This is also in the hadith that we recite Surah Al-Kahf once a day. Okay, if someone said, I want to recite Surah Al-Kahf more than once a week, okay, it's up to you. But if someone asks, what is the sunnah related to Surah Al-Kahf? The Prophet ﷺ recommends to recite Surah Al-Kahf once a week. Once a week, which is in the Jum'ah day. Which is in the Jum'ah day. So, my lesson today is short, but this is very important, and this is daily practice. And I think this is as a review for you, or some of you. Let's see the questions today, for today. Morning adhkar we usually say after Fajr. Do we have to say it twice? If you like to say it twice, you say. But if you say it once, okay, it's up to you. Okay. يعني adhkar, the morning adhkar, you can't say them before Fajr prayer. يعني for example, after Fajr Adhan, okay, you can say the adhkar of the morning of adhkar. Then after you pray, so maybe you pray Fajr after 20 minutes or after 30 minutes, so you say the adhkar of Fajr after Fajr prayer. Okay, so you'll get inshallah more reward. Shaykh, I thought 3 quls we should 3 times in Fajr prayer and after Maghrib prayer. And adhkar is after Fajr prayer and after Asr prayer, no after Dhuhr. Perhaps I misunderstood. No, you do not misunderstand. Yes, this is something common. In many places they put that we should recite قُلْ هُوَ اللَّهُ أَحَدٌ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ الْفَلَقِ قُلْ أَعُوذُ بِرَبِّ النَّاسِ 3 times after Fajr and 3 times after Maghrib prayer. But there is no authentic proof for that. So you read it once after Fajr prayer and after Dhuhr prayer, after Asr, after Maghrib, after Isha. This is the first point. The second point, that the adhkar after Fajr and after Dhuhr. Some scholars said after Asr, it's okay. If you like to say it after Asr, you can say it after Asr or after Maghrib. Okay? But the time starts from Dhuhr. The time starts from Dhuhr. Was Ismail as Arab? Ismail grew with the Arab and the tribe Jurhum, so he became Arab. Alayhi salatu wassalam. So Shaykh, can we pray witr before Fajr, or do we have to pray after Taraweeh? This is okay and this is okay. And if you delay al-witr, generally praying the late night just before Fajr, this is better than the beginning of the night. Can you please repeat the dua after Maghrib? It is not a dua, it is the ayah. آمن الرسول بما أنزل. The last two ayah. آمن الرسول بما أنزل إليه من ربه والمؤمنون كل آمن بالله وملائكته وكتبه ورسله. The last two ayah in Surah Al-Baqarah. The last two ayah of Surah Al-Baqarah. Shaykh, can we pray Taraweeh by keeping Qur'an in hand and recite? Yes, you can. But some of you maybe they hold the mobile, okay, not a mushaf, because holding mushaf it is big difficult if they don't have a stand. So if you are holding the mobile, okay, so you can keep the mobile this way, but please, you should put the fly mode. Don't keep it on, because if you keep it on, you will receive the messages, someone will call you, okay. So make sure that it is off, fly mode. The last two of Surah Baqarah. The last two verses of Surah Al-Baqarah. Yes. Maybe someone can post the last two ayah. Anyone can post the last two ayah, the last two verses of Surah Al-Baqarah. Okay. Okay, Jazakum Allah khair, my kids. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you all. As I said, my lecture today or my lesson today is very easy and short, but this is very important because we need it every day. We need it every day. And also I do not explain every one ayah and the virtue of this ayah and the importance of this ayah, because this will take long time. Okay? Maybe later, or maybe you can learn this with your parents or from a YouTube. What are the virtues of the adhkar, sabah, al-masa, the adhkar after the salah? This will be inshallah very helpful. Jazakum Allah khair. May Allah bless you. And now go and help your parents, or you can recite Qur'an, طيب, or to do something good, to write what we mentioned today, and you teach your family inshallah. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.